2024 might be better than 2023 was. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are brand new. I am continuing the series of games to look forward to in 2024. The cozy games. Okay, that's what we're here for. The cozy farming, life sim games, you know, that's my favorite. Now, I actually did already make a video on upcoming cozy games in 2024 that I'm excited about. However, I kept doing some digging and I kept finding games. There's just a ton coming out next year. I can do another video if you guys want. So if you are thinking of a game that didn't make this list, it might be in the other video, which I will put in the description and pinned comment if you want to check that out. Today we have 10 more games. It's crazy. Like the last video had like 12. This one has 10. There's just so many good games that are coming out in 2024. Now there are a lot of games that are coming out, but I was really picky about the ones that I think you would like based on, you know, conversations I have with you. I know you better than you know yourself. So with all that said, let's get to the very first game, which I'm super excited about. Before we start the list, I just wanted to start with an update on a game that I mentioned in my last video, and that is Fantasy Life. A lot of people are looking forward to this one. We finally have a release window for this game, and luckily it still is going to be 2024. Actually, today, at the time of this recording, summer 2024 is what they are saying for Fantasy Life. I feel like that is a pretty good window to release this game. I know summer is still broad, like summer can mean like May to August pretty much, but at least we do have a window. I'm very much looking forward to this, and it's pretty good news to hear. The first game on today's list is called Ova Magica, and I've been looking forward to this game for a very long time. I'm actually following the developer over on Twitter. And this is another one of your cozy life farm sims, but it does have a different twist to it. So in Ova Magica, you can do all the basic things, farming, relationships, but there is a big emphasis on monster taming. And it kind of combines sort of your average farming game with something like Pokemon, where you're raising these creatures. You can actually battle with these creatures, and these creatures can help you farm and do different tasks. So I really like that twist. I do like me some battling. I love Pokemon, and combining genres I feel like is always a good thing. The other thing that caught my eye, the events and festivals. I love seasonal things in these types of games. Animal Crossing, that's like one of my favorite things, is seeing holidays. And this game does it right, or it looks like it looks like it does. Now, you see Halloween, Christmas, like lots of cool things to look forward to in this game. And I love games that do that, give updates, give reason to go back to this. Ova Magica is towards the top of my list. Check them out on Twitter if you want to know more updates, but this game looks good. This next game will definitely have Studio Ghibli fans very excited, and that is Mika and the Witch's Mountain, which is basically Kiki's delivery service. I mean, there's no way around it. You play as a witch that is delivering packages, presents. I don't really know what the whole story is. This looks cool. I mean, I love my farming games. I love my life sims, but this looks like something very different, kind of reminiscent of something like Mail Time, where it's not really a farming game. It's more of an adventure game. Now, I don't know how much this game has to offer, but I really like the flight mechanics that we're seeing. Love the graphics. I think the graphics look great. And the fact that you can go from flying to walking on the ground, delivering, like it looks just like a fun game to play. This is slated for 2024, no exact release date, but Mika and the Witch's Mountain should definitely be on your list. Next up is a game I'm not sure we're going to see in 2024, but there's always a chance, and that is called Chill Town. And this game, again, graphics look absolutely amazing. This seems to pull directly from New Horizons. This just, I mean, the way it looks, the activities that you're doing, not a lot has been shown about this game. I believe it is in alpha right now, but it is a chill sort of life sim where you can customize your town, you know, do all your cozy things, farm, catch bugs. I think you can also tame animals and monsters in this game as well. The cool thing about this game kind of sets it apart is that you can actually just leave the game running and just listen to the lo-fi beats. And that's actually something that they advertise, that you can just kind of have the game idly playing in the background and enjoy some of the chill, relaxing music. And I think that's a cool little twist. I mean, sometimes I get distracted when I'm playing games and I just want them to run and, check my phone or something. I do like this quite a bit. There's not too much to go off of. Again, this is just another broad 2024 release. The game looks good, and I'm definitely going to check it out. The next game is called Pixelia, which releases in 2024. And I don't quite know how to describe this one. And the trailer is not even going to do it justice. This is a pure life sim game. Love the pixel art graphics. Love the whole idea of it, but it's very hard to explain because it's kind of up to you how you want to play this game. So for example, you can just play music in the town and be discovered by a band and then tour with your band. Like, you could basically do anything. You can choose to farm. You can choose to go to work. Like, it's a true open-ended life sim. And that excites me because I don't know. I kind of think of different creators that I would love to see cover this game, and just to see their experience be vastly different from someone like me, who's probably not going to play it like them. Pixelia, the only thing that scares me about this game is that it almost seems too ambitious. But I'm very excited to play this. You can customize your apartment. You can meet people in the town. I feel like I'm underselling this, but you can basically do anything. And that sounds like, that sounds pretty appealing to me. A little too much freedom. But again, I like how everyone's experience is probably going to be different. Pixelia, again, broad release date of 2024, and we'll have to see. Next up is a game that I don't have too much experience with, but if you do, feel free to comment below and sell me on Palia, which actually was supposed to come out on the Switch this holiday season, but has been delayed and will come out in 2024. No set release date or release window. Palia is a open world cozy MMO, which is interesting. I've heard great things about it. It combines things like farming, there's combat in it, and again, the big focus is on multiplayer. And I feel like a lot of newer farming games, cozy games, are trying to dabble in sort of the multiplayer aspect. And I feel like from what I've seen, Palia does it the best. It is free to play, which is definitely something that appeals to me. But yeah, MMOs, I'm not usually a fan of them. I will check this one out. There's house customization. There's a lot of customization for your character. There's different quests. The open world looks very interesting from what I've seen. Palia, 2024, you won't have to wait too much longer. This one should be on your list. I think it's going to be good. The next game I wasn't sure if I wanted to include in this list because it's been a little controversial. I've covered it a little bit on my channel, and that is Super Zoo Story. Now, this game got a lot of pushback because it was essentially accused of stealing assets from Stardew Valley, and this game looks very, very close to Stardew Valley. Honestly, when I see these trailers, it looks like a Stardew Valley mod. And I know everyone compares every game to Stardew Valley, but like, look at this game right now. This game is set to release in 2024, but it is still in pretty early development. I don't know how they're going to hit that window, but Super Zoo Story is basically a zoo simulator game. We've seen this before with Let's Make a Zoo and Zoo Tycoon, some of those types of games. This one looks a little bit more ambitious. The development team has been pretty vocal about, different steps of the process that they're on. Again, I kind of feel weird about this game because a lot of the early assets looked very identical to Stardew Valley. And if you've heard about this game at all, that's probably what you've heard about. I don't know, honestly, if I will check this game out, but I know a lot of people like this art style for one, and genre, how it's sort of like a zoo simulator. This one I'm mildly excited about, but again, I can't get past the art style. 2024, you can make that decision for yourself. And next up is a game I found out about recently, but I need it in my life, and that is a game called Discounty. This is an interesting premise. So you run a store in a town. You basically run a failing supermarket in a town, and it's very much like a mundane store simulator. It definitely reminds me of some of the parts in Moonlighter. And Moonlighter is one of my favorite indie games on the Switch because it has like a store like simulator element to it. So you run a store in this town. The twist is not everyone is a fan of you running this store, because as you play this game, your store will expand and the people in the town aren't the biggest fans of that. It kind of feels like Stardew, like JojaMart a little bit, you know, how you're kind of the bad guy. I don't know. This one seems very interesting to me. I love the graphics, love the whole concept, and I will be checking this out. Sometimes it's nice to kind of get away from a farm sim, but this game should be on the Switch in 2024, and I'll definitely be checking it out. Let's talk about the next game, which is Go-Go Town, which is set to release on pretty much all platforms in 2024. The first thing that caught my eye about this game are the graphics. There's something I love about not only the graphics, but the animations of just the characters moving along. I don't know. It just looks very high quality to me. This, from what I can determine, is a town builder. There is a demo of this on Steam, I believe, but Go-Go Town has been on my list, and you know me, I like to play games on the Switch, and I don't always like to dive into the Steam builds because oftentimes they're early builds and it just doesn't show what the game's actually going to be. So I've been very patient about Go-Go Town. Again, love the animation, love the graphics of this game. And who doesn't love a town builder? There seems to be a lot of things that you can do in here, setting up different businesses to make money. There's farming elements to it. A lot of social aspect to this game too. Really looking forward to this one. You should be too. Go-Go Town 2024. The next two games, they're very similar in terms of what they are. But first up, and I don't even know if this is 2024 to be honest. This game is in alpha right now. But PuffPals Island Skies might be one of my most anticipated games that's coming to the Switch or whatever Nintendo platform. This game looks incredible. Visually, this game looks incredible. Like, I am so excited to play this game, and I've tried to not get excited because I don't think this game is coming out next year, maybe not even 2025. This is a pure, cozy life simulator game with lots of emphasis on customization, including your house and your character. There are sort of little companions that can follow you around. Gives me very heavy Animal Crossing vibes with just the way the characters look and everything. PuffPals has had a tremendously successful Kickstarter. Again, it is in alpha for people who have backed it. I have not backed it just because I've had pretty poor experiences with Kickstarter in general. But man, PuffPals, wake me up when this game comes out. I cannot wait to play this. Again, just visually, just from a visual standpoint, just looks amazing. Really looking forward to this one. I can't wait. And next up, probably the boldest name on this list. This game is called A New Leaf Memories. That's like naming a game New Horizons. It's kind of weird to me. But anyway, this game looks fantastic. This game reminds me of a Harvest Moon Story of Seasons type game. Like, it kind of has that look, kind of has that vibe. It's a farm simulator. You can also take care of animals, relationship stuff. You know the drill by now. Love, love, love the graphics in this one as well. I do think this is another game that is probably not going to make that 2024 mark. I believe it is on Kickstarter. It is in alpha also. And I don't know, how do you guys feel about these types of games that you know they are releasing on your platform, but you kind of don't know when? And I have a mixed bag feeling with these. Like, I want to get excited, but I don't want to get excited because I don't know how far out it is. But both PuffPals and A New Leaf are definitely on my list, and I will be covering these games extensively when they release. Just wanted to include them in today's video. So there you go. Those are 10 games plus a game update. And those are games that I'm genuinely looking forward to in 2024. Now, a couple of those are kind of up in the air, whether or not they'll come out next year. you know how development is, especially these smaller indie teams. I feel like it's very easy for a company like Nintendo to say, hey, our game is delayed, we'll see you next month. But a lot of these smaller development teams, it takes a lot more time, you know, than probably what they're planning on. But I'll keep you updated on every single one of these. I'm genuinely excited. Let me know in the comments which one you are excited about. If you didn't know about some of these, let me know your opinions on them. Next year is going to be packed. How am I going to afford all this? Does anyone want to buy some of these games? I don't play all these games if you want to buy them. I'll see you in the next video.